This is not a highlight reel. This is not a meme compilation. This is the complete documentary style story of IShowSpeed, a full breakdown of how Darren Watkins Jr. transformed raw energy, chaos, and internet virality into one of the most powerful personal brands of the streaming era. This story matters because IShowSpeed didn't rise the traditional way. He didn't come from elite esports teams. He didn't build slowly through sponsors, managers, or polished branding. He exploded in public, failed in public, learned in public, and somehow survived the most brutal attention economy ever created. His career unfolded in real time, in front of millions, with no safety net and no pause button. Darren Jason Watkins Jr. was born in 2005 in Cincinnati, Ohio. His early life was modest and unremarkable in the way millions of modern childhoods are. He grew up with broadband internet, gaming consoles, and YouTube as a constant presence. There was no early stardom, no viral childhood clip, no industry guidance pushing him forward. Darren was simply a kid who loved video games, loved attention, and felt completely comfortable expressing emotion at full volume. That comfort, loud, unfiltered, sometimes awkward, would later become his defining trait. In 2016, Darren created a YouTube channel and began uploading content. Like most creators at the beginning, it went nowhere. Views were painfully low, subscribers barely moved. When he transitioned into live streaming, the experience was even harsher. Streams would run for hours with 0 viewers. Sometimes one person would join and leave. Donations didn't exist. Chat stayed silent. This era is essential to understanding Speed's rise because it forged his most important skill, the ability to perform without validation. For years, Darren streamed NBA 2K almost daily, talking to himself, reacting loudly even when nobody was watching. This wasn't strategy or content optimization, it was endurance. He learned how to fill silence, exaggerate reactions, and turn nothing into something. He built entertainment muscle memory the hard way. Most creators quit in this phase, discouraged by the lack of feedback. Speed didn't. He kept showing up, unknowingly training for a moment that hadn't arrived yet. By 2019 and into 2020, while the world shifted online, Darren increased his streaming frequency. His personality grew more extreme, louder reactions,
bro. Oh, I cannot with this game today, bro.
Stronger emotions, less filtering. At first, viewers didn't admire him. They mocked him. Clips circulated where he looked foolish, out of control, or unhinged. But mockery turned into curiosity, and curiosity turned into attention. In the internet economy, attention doesn't care why people are watching, only that they are. The true turning point came with short-form content. In 2021, clips from Speed's streams began spreading rapidly across TikTok and YouTube Shorts. A scream, a rage quit, a broken controller, a wild reaction. These moments were perfectly engineered for algorithmic success. Short, intense, emotional, and impossible to ignore. Speed didn't go viral once. He went viral over and over again. His subscriber count skyrocketed, climbing into the millions in a matter of months. Unlike many viral creators, Speed didn't suddenly reinvent himself. He didn't clean up his image overnight. He leaned harder into what worked: raw emotion, unpredictability, and relentless energy. His streams felt dangerous, like anything could happen at any moment.
Oh, you're strong, you're so muscular, daddy.
And in an oversaturated attention economy, unpredictability is power. But virality comes with consequences. As Speed's audience grew, old clips resurfaced, controversial jokes spread, boundaries were crossed.
If we the last 2 people on Earth, who gon' stop me?
Backlash followed quickly. Critics accused him of being irresponsible and a bad influence on younger viewers. Sponsors kept their distance. Platforms issued warnings and penalties. At one point, Speed's rise looked fragile, like it might collapse under the weight of his own unfiltered persona. This is where many creators disappear. Speed didn't. Instead, he adjusted, slowly, imperfectly, and publicly. He didn't become sanitized, but he became more aware. He learned which moments crossed irreversible lines and which ones simply generated noise. This phase marked the difference between Speed as a temporary viral moment and Speed as a long-term figure. Then came the obsession that permanently reshaped his identity: Cristiano Ronaldo. Speed's love for Ronaldo wasn't calculated branding. It was emotional, irrational, and constant.
No, bro.
He screamed "Suo" on stream, defended Ronaldo with near religious passion, and reacted intensely to every match. The internet turned it into a meme, but it also unlocked a global audience. Millions of football fans who had never watched Twitch suddenly knew exactly who IShowSpeed was. When Speed eventually met Ronaldo in real life, it felt symbolic, a meme manifesting into reality. It represented the strange power of modern internet fame, where repetition, belief, and attention can bend the world toward you. That moment wasn't just fan service, it was proof of how digital obsession can translate into real-world proximity. By 2022, Speed was no longer confined to his bedroom. He shifted heavily into IRL streaming, walking through cities, traveling internationally, interacting with massive crowds. These streams weren't just content, they were live events. Fans flooded streets, police presence became routine. Sometimes situations spiraled into chaos, not always because Speed intended it, but because attention at that scale creates volatility. This phase revealed something crucial. Speed wasn't just internet famous, he was culturally visible. People recognized him instantly. Crowds reacted emotionally. That level of recognition is rare and dangerous, especially for someone still in his late teens. Managing fame in public spaces became part of the content itself. Music became another unexpected chapter. When Speed released songs, many assumed it was a joke. Then the numbers climbed, streams hit millions, hooks went viral, tracks charted. Once again, Speed proved that attention converts, not because of technical perfection, but because people cared. In the modern creator economy, relevance beats refinement every time. As fame intensified, so did scrutiny. Every mistake became a headline. Every misstep was clipped, reposted, and judged. Speed grew up under a microscope. Unlike traditional celebrities who mature behind closed doors, Speed's growth happened live in front of millions. That pressure destroys most people. What separates Speed from many fallen creators is resilience. He kept streaming, kept traveling, kept adapting. By 2023 and 2024, his content showed visible maturity. Still loud, still chaotic, but more structured, more intentional. His IRL streams expanded across Europe, Asia, and Africa. He was no longer just an American internet personality. He was a global one. By this stage, Speed's brand was fully defined: raw emotion, unpredictability, and high-energy authenticity. Fans didn't watch him for polish. They watched because he felt alive in a digital landscape that often feels manufactured. Speed became a mirror for the internet's appetite: messy, loud, and constantly moving. Now, in 2025, IShowSpeed stands as one of the defining internet figures of his generation. Millions of subscribers, billions of views, a fan base spanning languages, cultures, and continents. His net worth, sponsorship power, and influence reflect more than just views. They reflect cultural impact. He is a living case study in how modern fame works, not through perfection, but through presence. Speed's story isn't about being a role model. It's about being unforgettable. It's about surviving your own virality long enough to evolve into something sustainable. Darren Watkins Jr. didn't follow a blueprint, he became one. In an era where attention is the most valuable currency, Speed proved that energy, authenticity, and consistency can outperform polish, planning, and approval. Love him or hate him, one truth is undeniable: IShowSpeed didn't just go viral, he learned how to stay there. If you enjoyed this full documentary-style breakdown of IShowSpeed's rise, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into the biggest creators and internet icons of our time. Comment below, do you think IShowSpeed's peak is still ahead, or has he already reached the top of the internet?